Now we will see about JavaScript types. In JavaScript, like any other programming language, we have different types of data types. Let's see what are the data types we have in JavaScript. If you are already familiar with other programming languages like Java, C, Python, C Sharp, in other programming languages we have something called int or integer. But in JavaScript, we have something called number for actual numbers. We have something called number and string. We typically use it for characters. So number is for your actual integers. It does not mean only integers like 1, 2, 3 and all. It also includes whole numbers, negative numbers, anything. Anything that is related to a number is a number data type. Let's write here data types. And we also have strings for characters, anything which is letters, words. And we have Boolean, which is obviously true or false. It's just only two possibilities. Either it is true or either it is false. Next, we have something called undefined. Undefined, in the later lectures, I'll tell you what is undefined, and we also have something called null. And or let me explain you right now. So undefined and null, they both look the same, but they vary in a small differentiation case. Undefined is something that is there, that is present, but you don't know what it is. Null is like there is a memory space, but there is nothing in it. It is like nothing, emptiness. Undefined is like something is there, but you don't know what it is. Null is like emptiness, complete emptiness. And in detail, I'll in the coming videos also I'll try to explain you. I'll try to give you an example of undefined and null. I'll show you a differentiation between them. And next we have something called symbol. We have symbol. Symbol is a new data type that came from ECMAScript 6. Like there was a version called ECMAScript 6, and from ECMAScript 6, we have this data type called symbol. And regarding symbol also, I'll talk in the coming lectures. Also, finally, we have something called object. So these are the data types that we have in JavaScript, which are prominent and widely used. So undefined null symbol and object, I'm gonna talk more about them in the coming lectures. Next, we have something called JavaScript comparisons. We have is not equal, which is called equal to, which is called the strictly equal to. And this can also be called is not strictly equal. And this also, there is something called equal and strictly equal. Like there is a difference between them. Is not equal, equal to. So let me tell you the difference between this not equal and strictly not equal, this equal to and strictly equal to. So in normal not equal and equal to, the JavaScript checks only for the particular LHS and RHS. Like if you are comparing strings, it will only check the left side string and the right side string. If you are comparing the numbers, it will only check the numbers. For example, let's say example, this is character 2 equals to normal to, this will give you the output will be true. The output will be true. Why? Because let me just comment out the whole thing for making it better. Yeah, not equal to, oh, sorry. Yeah, and let's make it false. Write all the examples so that you'll get an understanding. Equal to, let's write 2 equal to 2 will give you true. Strictly not equal to 2, just copy paste. This gives false and this gives true. So now you will have a better view of this. Will not check data type. Now you will understand it better. This will not check data type. Will check data type. Now I think it makes more sense. Strictly will always check for data type. Normals, they don't check for data types. That is the reason this character 2 and integer 2 are equal. But here the character 2 and integer 2 are not equal. And next we have greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than and less than. These are some of the JavaScript comparisons we have. And next, there are JavaScript variable declaration. JavaScript variables declarations. In JavaScript, like in other programming languages, we have something called int A, int B, A, string B, and all. But in JavaScript, the variable declaration is a bit different. We have three types like var, let, and const. So this let and const is a new kind of variable declarations which came under the update of ES6. They were introduced in ES6. So now you may have a doubt, sir, when to use what? So which one to use when? Your var, I would recommend not to use var at any time because var has a problem, something called block scope. Var has a block scope problem, whereas let does not have it. But let and var are typically they're both the same thing. But I would recommend not to use var at any time. Use let. If anytime you want to declare a variable, use let. And if you want to change if you don't know if the variable is constant, like general purpose, on all the general purposes, use let. If variable is a constant, you will be using a const declaration only if the variable you think is a constant. So let us see an example. Let us see examples of both let and const. Let my name equal to Monesh. Let a equal to 6. Console.log my name console.log A. So let's run it and see. We'll see what's gonna happen. I've run the code and we are getting the output. Everything is working fine. And even if you want, you can change it. For example, you can change in mid, like for example, you can change let my name, or let's say let's a equal to 7. This time I change it a to 7 and no need to declare it again. Already we have declared it in the line number 37, right? So no need to declare again at line number 43. Just remove that let here. Only one time declaration is enough. So a equal to 7 now. Let's see console.log a, run the code, and this time it is 7. So first a was 6 and then it was changed to 7. So what I'm trying to say is if you can modify the variable, you can change the variable whenever you want. But let us check the const now. Const by 3.14. Okay, let's say pi value is always 3.14. So let's do console.log the value of pi. Now I'll try to change it. Pi equal to let's say 1. Now again I'll try to write console.log 1. Let's see what happens. Okay, everything is fine. I'll comment the let example and we only have const example right now. Run the code. There is an error. Let pi equal to 1. That is exactly here. Why? Because I have declared the variable as const. Once I declare the variable as const, I cannot modify it. I cannot make any changes to it. So once if I say that const pi equal to 3.14, that's it. I cannot change it again. Throughout my entire code, the pi value has to be remained as 3.14. We cannot modify it. There is no uh, area to modify it. We cannot do any changes for const declaration. I hope you understand this, when to use let and when to use const. If you have any doubts, please do ask me in the comments. And one more thing, naming conventions. How do you name your variables in JavaScript? Your variables can start with some symbols or a normal letters, but it cannot start with a number. Numbers are prohibited. Like you can start with let underscore my name. This is completely fine. But some of the symbols are not allowed. For example, at the rate my name is not allowed. And some mathematical symbols like plus my name or minus my name are also not allowed. If you want to use symbols in the starting of your variables, it is better to always go with underscore like this. This is totally fine. And the second thing is, and you cannot use letters. Sorry, you cannot use numbers. Always remember, you cannot use numbers in the starting of a variable. Like you cannot do this. You cannot do this. Next, you can use camel case. Camel case is nothing but what I did here. When you're joining two words together, always the second word starts with a capital letter. For example, hello, this sentence is a camel case. Even though I did not give any space in this line, you can easily read and understand this particular line what I have written. Because of camel case, every other word, every continuation word, the starting letter will be having a capital letter. It will be having a capital letter. So this is called camel case. So in this particular video, we have seen JavaScript data types, JavaScript comparisons, JavaScript variable declaration, and the JavaScript naming conventions. So in the coming lectures, we will be seeing about JavaScript control flow, JavaScript conditionals, JavaScript logical operators. Thank you. See you in the next video.